is the record that's stained with greed and avarice of those who have thought only of their own profit.
Wake up!
So now can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I hear you now, Mokus.
Oh, hello again.
I got you.
I was talking for a minute and nobody. I didn't realize I was muted. Okay, so
Yeah, I thought it was just me. That's good.
okay, I start again. So welcome everyone. BM, BN, depends on your time zone, and it's 4:20. It's exactly 4 days ago that we had this reveal and rebranding, and I'm excited to be here today. I have no idea what I can expect from today. Jenny just DM me that we should do a live, but I have no idea what will happen. So it's excited, and yeah, we will see if even Jenny will show up. I don't know. Maybe it's a psyop. Maybe he got kidnapped by Charlotte Fang. Maybe he got kidnapped by the Steady Teddies. I don't know. I hope he will show up and we can discuss some things. He was online, I think, 3 days ago, last time I saw him. So, yeah, we will see. I have some friends here today. Dan, Dr. Nu, Baby Bera, and Anya is still in the backstage. Now she's here.
Hello.
Yeah, before I start in the round, I have to say something that I'm very thankful to you guys because you reached out. Even you don't know me, I don't know you, and a lot of us, you reached out to me. Hey, am I okay? After the stream, I seemed shocked, and yeah, you guys were worrying, and that felt amazing that you are caring. And you asked about how am I doing. So thank you guys. I'm doing fine. I accepted and I digested this rebranding, this reveal. A lot of people say it's not the final art. I don't know. Maybe today we will experience another layer to the Mibera lore, and that's what makes Mibera different.
Mokus, you looking at the chat there? Someone said the metadata changed.
Yeah, it's
No
been.
way.
You want to check? Go check Mibera collection. It's changed.
Shit. Oh, so it begins. Check your wallets. No way. I will share my screen here. Oh, yeah. That's the old Mibera. Okay, I will share my screen. Oh, that's exciting. So,
Question mark traits, huh?
nice. So that's the old one. So we have our old Mibera. It says Mibera Maker, Mibera. No way. We did a U-turn again. Oh man, it's exhausting. The stream already started, but I'm already exhausted and excited. So what do you guys think? Was this all a psyop? Do we have our Mibera back? What about the Twitter page? Oh man, it's exciting. So guys, what do you think? We did a U-turn again. We have our old beloved Mibera.
Yes, sir. I think we've gone back to the reveal process that you and Johnny discussed on one of your first streams.
Okay, so nice. I'm very happy about that.
I'm liking it, man. I'm liking it.
And
Like, not
relief.
only that, check this out. I had a low rank on the PsyOp version, right? It still shows low, but when I look at the background trait that's there, it would argue something different. So I don't know what to think. But it looks like things got better for me. I'm just saying.
So the traits changed. So those people who paid above the floor, they are screwed. Maybe, we don't know. But I see here different ones. I see here only a background. Aha, the shadow is black, so the background is black, and it seems that there isn't a shadow, but there is. Okay, so we have a background and we have a shadow. Nice. So maybe Jenny wasn't trolling us and he will come today. So I will read the chats. I will make some music. Eileen is here too. Okay. One. So what do you guys think? Is it better or the old version was better? What do you think? What do you prefer?
I like mine now. Like, I got like some trees in the background, and if you know me, we all know I love trees. But if you think about it, man, there's a real opportunity right now for backgrounds because those floors are all pretty like even spread. So like 181 background traits are as much as the 869. So it's like maybe there's a new opportunities are jumping up on the scene, Mocus.
Oh my god, I just realized the page is live, Honey Road.
We can buy drugs.
So you can buy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope this doesn't get cancelled. That's not real, or maybe it is. I don't know. Hey, that's the Mibera experience. Okay. So these are NFTs, yeah?
I think so.
I hope, unless my YouTube and Twitter account will be confiscated, just like the Mibera Discord. Yeah. So Honey Road, guys, honeyroad.xyz. You can visit it. You can connect your wallet. Let's see. Hopefully I don't get trained.
Yeah, you can send messages to the sellers.
Wait, we can.
Erotica. So you have different. Oh my god.
wait. Go to the vending machine tab.
Vending machine. Yeah.
You can make your own Mibera.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Look at those traits. How many traits there are?
We can see the traits.
Wow.
Like the actual traits.
There are all the traits. Background, body, earrings. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna skip sleeping today and I'm gonna look into all the traits. Look at how many traits there are. Oh, it does not show you. Oh my god.
If we are back on track for the original plan, then I remember Johnny mentioning that some of these traits are not from the collection. So not all of them will be in the collection.
Fuck. Okay, so we can't.
Yeah. No.
We can. At least we know what they mean, because in the marketplaces it's just question mark.
Yeah, and some of the traits in the collection are not on the vending machine, and some of the vending machine are not in the collection, like vice versa.
Okay. So the original plan was to have a reveal each week. So the first one will be the background, then we have body. Then I think it's together, earrings, eyebrows, etc. And only at the end you will know if you have a one-of-one or not. So week for week you will have revealed your NFT by the next layer. So I think there will be 8 phases. And today we saw that we have our background now. But maybe Jenny will come later and he will explain everything again. But yeah, I'm happy. So I can change. I don't know if you saw that. I had my. That's the only one I bought. I bought on the secondary because it has the penis trait. I really like that one. It's the most well-known graffiti, I think. It's universal. It's in every language. It's simple, so I like that. But now I have to give it up. It will change to the original Mibera. Yeah, I'm not sad about that. But okay, let's go back, guys. How did you experience the last 4 days? How was it for you? Maybe Doc Nunu or Dan or Anya.
Well, I guess like there was a lot of speculation on the timeline that was not the final reveal. So I think we were all living in hope and a prayer, and like our prayers have been answered. It's been fun. It's been fun on the timeline to see like who has switched from bullish to bearish, bearish to bullish. It's been fun to see the miladies hating the art on our behalf as well. So yeah, I think it's fun.
I enjoy just seeing all the random emotions, man. You'd see some people, like she was saying, flip, you know, from one side to the next and be like, I hate it, this is awful. And then they're like, he's a genius. And it just kind of like depends on maybe, you know, that time that they got to talk with people a little bit and be like, no, man, you need to look at the bigger picture of just what's been built this whole time, you know, like this whole bit of chaos is all according to plan, you know?
Yeah. Did you see any reaction from the Milady community?
Wait,
Yeah.
you guys just minted this one, or?
No, it's on the Honey Road website. You can go to vending machine and you can create your own one with all the traits. If I click here on my screen, it shows the pop-up with all the traits, but it does not show on the stream. But if you like to, you can create your own Mibera.
Holy shit. Okay. You guys gotta go to the fractures tab up top.
Fractures, yeah.
And then you can mint your parcels.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
And you can also mint the miladies.
Oh.
Where? Ah, here. Me parsers, me ladies. Oh, nice. Here's my penis one. So, if I recall...
I love that we're all just like speechless.
Am
I
I
will say
lagging?
one thing. This has clearly taken a lot of work. Like essentially, Johnny's produced 3 collections in one.
Yeah.
Like imagine how much work the team have put into this.
3 years.
What's that? Me reveal 1 of 1.
So I think you can wait. Watch.
Ah, maybe
Mint
each
all
stage you
stuff.
can mint your fracture.
Ah, okay.
Soulbound fractures.
So in the end, we're gonna have our miladies on bear chain, our mid reveal, all of them, the parcels, just for one NFT.
I love it.
And if I remember correctly, some of the mint funds, or maybe all, will go to this liquid backing pool. So every Mibera can take out a loan against the share of this pool. And yeah, he made a promise on the stream. Someone clipped it too and posted on Twitter, on X, sorry, that he won't rest until this liquid backing amount that you can take out a loan is bigger than the Milady floor price. So I think that's a strong statement. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I think that's the backing tab. I'm checking all the tabs right now. I think
Backing
that
tab.
this is where it goes when it's
There are
open.
some people's already. You can track how much you can. Now it's at 0.6 Bera is your loan which you can take out for against your Mibera. Nice. So you can track it here live. That's amazing. Nice. Jenny is so giga-brained.
Pepe Silvia got a lot of opinions.
love for Jenny. So we talked a lot about this, that I appreciate it so much that he put so much work into it. It's well thought out and well executed. So I don't have words for this. It's amazing. And yeah, I love it. Even the psyop part of it, this Milady fake reveal, this got me. I've got 1-2 days where I was like, what the fuck? I want my Mibera. So yeah, now I'm happy. Me Teddy, yeah.
I mean, I think there was a bit of lore into this. Like, I think the Teddies hijacked the mint. They changed their names. If you refer back to an earlier tweet, they were like, they wanted a change of name. And I think since then, like, Johnny's been abducted by Charlotte Bang and the Miladies, and they forced him to change that up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm relieved. He's a
true.
Genius mastermind. That's true. So did he post something or? Yeah. Oh, we have back 17 seconds ago. Mibera Maker account tweeted, Janitooor is back. Let's go. So I can share it here. Mibera Maker. Let's go.
Okay, so lore 1, introducing Mibera. Milady's...
Identity
I'm not
crisis.
sure that spelling's correct. Milady's identity crisis can be represented most simply in the dialectic of opposites by considering Milady's dies, shadow sides and find Mibera. For inside each Milady, Mibera has existed since her inception.
Ah, that's so dope.
Okay, so this is the...
That's so cool. Oh my god.
the Trinity, which is Bearchain's tri-token model. So Honey, Vera, and BGT.
Oh my god. That's insane. That was something that stuck into my head, that you can't spell it was like Miladies with I and E and not with Y. So there were some discussions, and the Milady community were pissed off that they can't they can't even spell correctly. And there was this sentence, Miladies can't exist without die in it. And I found it wonderful. So it's really Milady had to die to become Mibera. Yeah, I love that. Introducing Mibera. So it was all in this article, which was written, I think, 2 years ago, 1.5.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think 0x Honey Jar Mirror.
That's crazy.
Folks were buying those articles out of the same articles, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
were like, you collect them, and then you could, I think, mint the superset or something.
Mm.
I believe. But
That's that was, I think they're different articles. So you've got the Honey Road who just publish articles and you can collect them for fun. But there were like accessories which were like distributed, I think, over 7 weeks. No, sorry, 5 weeks, and I think there was 7 like. Anyway, yeah. So you had to collect like either a full set of the videos or like one video, one music track, one article from each week. And if you had like all 28, you'd get a superset, which was airdropped to you, and that was selling on OpenSea for 12 each right before Barachain's mainnet went live.
Oh.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who've come into Mabara don't know these articles exist and don't know how deep the lore really is. And I think those who have read them know exactly what's going on here.
I've read them multiple times. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Same.
Yeah, same.
So but
I thought that I was the only one, but it doesn't seem the case.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you put it into ChatGPT and ask it to translate it to English, maybe. Like, yeah.
I think we would break ChatGPT. It's like, what? Okay, so this piece of the actual tweet is from Lore 4. BGT Network Spirituality, Spirit versus Network Mysticism, Soul. That's the Lore 4, if you want to go read it. It's 0xhoneyjar.mirror.xyz.
Lore 4.
Yeah.
I collected the posters that come with those laws are amazing. Like, you go to the posters, they're so good. You can't look at this and think that the Milady's art that we had was going to be it.
So this was back in December 2023.
Yeah, some of them are from 22 as well. Like, there's a very early article on like the history of where Mabara started, and there was like mention of Smokey Bear being involved, and even Charlotte Fang himself in the very early days was involved in some way with Mabara. Yeah, but everything.
Really?
Yeah, and then I think it got shelved. Yeah, it got shelved, and then I think the Honey Jar just decided to launch it by themselves.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you go into the Honey Jar Discord server and you go to the channel that says Mabara, and you read the stuff there's even references to how 33% of the mint was going to go to Milady.
Oh, I think it went to Milady's actually. 1% to Rose or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. And to Milady's, I think Gumi, the artist behind the collection, donated this chunk of money to, the Milady's.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm talking about the actual whitelist. So apparently 33% of the whitelist, was going to go to the Milady's, and 33% to, I think, the rebases. And then the other 33% was for everybody else.
So we have here, he is back, ladies and gentlemen, Jenny.
The Jenny.
Hey, Jenny. How are you?
Don't be shy, Jenny. You can speak.
Oh, no.
He was abducted.
What a troll.
The feds.
What if he's actually kidnapped though? Because like
maybe it's not Jenny. Maybe his laptop got stolen. Oh man!
I'll send it to him.
He
rugged us.
Ding Dong Unicorn. Why does Honey Road look like Craigslist? It's apparently a replica of Silk Road. So what he said last time during stream was that all the vendors exist as AI versions. You can talk to them.
Oh yeah.
I think it's yeah. It was like 1% of the funds will go to how was this guy called?
Ross.
Yes, Aiden Ross. So, but what I wanted to say is that if I remember correctly, Jenny told that he is in contact with some OG guys who were involved somehow with the web page. So he wanted to create exactly the same UI. So that's awesome. But he rocked us again, so I will share my screen again. Screen.
Janitooor.
Oh my god, there are crazy stuff
Let's
here.
see.
Oh my
But
god.
we can see on Magic Eden these NFTs, how many got minted.
Wait, was that actually him?
We don't know. We will never know. Ross Ulbrecht, Aiden Ross was this streamer. Yeah, sorry. I'm confused still.
I love that you got checked. We got the OGs in the chat. Hello, OGs.
It was Ross Ulbrecht, yeah. Yeah, congrats to the supersetters. I mean, they spent like supersets were like 3 ETH, 2 ETH, and they got like, how many was that? I think 36 Miberas airdropped. So yeah, not that bad. Yeah, so here we can track 27. Okay, it wasn't 36, 27. I have so much questions to Jenny. What happened with those Miberas who got refunded? Do you know something about that?
I think he said something that he had to work out like the backing, so it was just not going to be nearly, like a lot of the profits were just going to be not there anymore. But
I actually have some tea, but I'm not sure like how much I can share of that tea, because I was like really closely following the CM drama, the community managers. Yeah.
Really?
And yeah. And the people who got like refunded, they were like folks who, how do you say, speculated on their VLs. And then so many people kind of reach out to Diani, and I think like he returned like, I'm not sure, like 100%. It's like little birdie tell me. So you get refunded like 1 Mibera plus the money that you paid to like whoever, you know, who sold you the VL. And then the rest of Mibera gets confiscated and given to the artist who like submitted their art to Mibera lore. But I'm not sure like 100%. But there was some FUD until
I see.
So the pissed people everywhere, like in every chat. Like one guy was like, fighting folks in like Baby Bear chat. He was like, "That's what you guys wanted," and like we had no idea this was actually happening. But after he shared, like I was like, "Okay, wow, that's wild." And because like some people hoarded like 8 or 7 or 8 Mi Bears somehow, I don't know. It's really crazy.
Guys, I think the Milady's token ID is not the same as the whatever this reveal thing / backgrounds ID.
But have you seen it? Someone bought for 329 Bera. This one.
Somebody bought it for like 4,600. Oh wait, 420. Sorry, I'm like spaced out.
420.
420 Bera.
Something to remember is that it was supposed to be that final phase for the 1 of 1 too, man. So I wouldn't be selling mine right now. Knowing my luck, I'd get the 1 of 1 and off it for a floor price.
Wait, but did your token change? Like your token ID change from? Because I think mine did.
You can look at it here. So fractures, you have me parcels mine is 6519, but Actually, I have.
Folks in the chat saying that people are trading like crazy, like insane prices.
65.90. So token ID, I think, didn't change.
Oh, okay.
But why? Who knows anything? So why are people?
No, the chat is
paying
saying that token ID
extreme?
changed.
But the thing is, what if this is it? Like, what if?
No way.
What if? Okay, so at first the whole project teased about Mivera for like 2 years, and then there's the Miladies, and then now it's just like gone. It's just a shadow.
No, but we saw the document in the previous stream who was going over there, this document with like 8 stages of reviews and so on.
But he only gave like that's the only thing we know.
We have a document on Google Drive.
Like, okay, so this
Johnny,
is the reason
please.
why I think
I
like
beg you.
there's a possibility for some shit like this to happen, right? I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe there's a possibility for us to create our own whatever, and then superimpose it into.
I got it. Look,
You got it?
people looking at this and they say, "Oh, I've got rarity 47," and then they pay the premium 48, 290. But I think, man,
I think it will change.
Yeah, it will change. I don't know.
No,
I thought I'm
rarity
crazy,
doesn't
but
change.
Or
Maybe-
it's a background rarity.
Because Den's rarity changed.
I have this background, I think. I have 2. One is with
No,
the-
my rarity
yeah.
stayed the same, but the trait
The trait is
background is different in terms of you
Okay.
would think. But I guess maybe it's still the average overall trait score is still the same. So it's like, cool, I got one good thing, but the rest is going to be not as rare, maybe.
Where did you guys find the rarity? I only have background with question marks.
So it's the
0%.
Magic Eden kind of rarity. It's
Yeah,
what's
Ah,
saying
made
here,
up stuff.
the bottom right. So, but hey, we can try again.
Oh,
and
Jenny's here.
Janitooor. Jenny, welcome back.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Is the sound working okay?
Yeah.
We hear
Yes.
you.
Are you kidnapped or?
Please don't drug us.
The Jester Universe has got hands, but you know, over here at the Retard Bearers Corporation, we roll with the punches. How are you folks?
I'm
Excited.
relieved. I'm fine. Love
Yeah,
to
you
see
look
my
better
Nivera.
this time around, Marcus. It broke Janny's little heart to go through that valley of uncertainty with you. I tried my best not to explicitly lie, but to be fair, it was a deep level of obfuscation. So thank you for your donation of emotions and all of you, actually, all of you up on stage, Eileen, Dr. Nunu, Baby. I know we had Den and Migs last time.
Did they
Ben's here again,
kidnap?
and Roy.
Wait, Johnny, did they kidnap you to a zoo or something? Why are there birds?
Oh, but yeah, okay. I'm geo-doxing. There's so in any case, it's been away for 4.20 days, and I'm at your disposal now. The generator's up. We've got a backup link to the mains. The music's thumping. People are starting to roll through. So we've got this moment together.
Jenny, I got a question for you from Migs. He sent this to me and he was really adamant that I asked you about this. He states, now that the real reveal is actually happening and things are getting normal, is the dark energy now adequate levels for you?
I have had periods of restoration. Thank you to the both of you for your all of your contributions. Not just you two, but a lot of people have been pouring into Janny's DMs. How do I put this? It's a longer story that we'll get into, but the short answer is yes. Janny's replenished.
Oh man, I'm relieved. Yeah, I was just digesting my old. It's switched off, but I bought another one with penis, and I just get used to it. So now that I'm getting used to it, it changes again. So, but I'm really happy. So I love to see my Mibera. I don't know what your plans are. I've got hundreds of questions.
Please, let's
But
go.
I will let you. I will let you decide how we should go on. Maybe we can start. The original plan was to do a reveal once every week. So maybe we can touch on that.
We will be revealing every Tuesday and Thursday until the complete Mibera is with you. And in the thing that I should note, let's talk about rarity. And the reason for this, if you go back through Janny's tweets, we always talked about 420. We also said, please prepare for May 20. So the final reveal will be on May 20. So you have to understand about Janny is it's a both and. It's not an either or. And so just bear that in mind. It's worth noting that on 520 that you may receive each week incrementally. Different traits will become fixed, each of them with a different set of rarity. Let's speak quickly about rarity in a moment. But at the end of that 8-week unveiling process, rave, dance, however you're experiencing it, you may have your Mibera completely swapped out for a 1 of 1. There are 42.0 1 of 1s in the collection, but they only show up right at the end. So you may hold the 900th and the 10,000th most common Mibera, the one with 0 rarity at all, but in that final May 20, it may swap to a 1 of 1. Let's quickly talk about rarity. So I know we've been watching the chain. We've been analyzing everything. We know everyone who sold, everyone who's bought back in, the prodigal sons, so we're aware there's about, around 42 of you have really been sniping what you thought were rarer traits. And we're going to give you something, but it's going to be symbolic because the existence of rarity in the collection wasn't a choice of ours. If, for example, you go to OpenSea, there was no such rarity. However, Magic Eden enforce their version of a rarity analysis. You can't switch that off. So we had no power over that. So in this instance, if you want to see the collection as it's intended to be seen through our eyes, look on OpenSea. If you're on Magic Eden, just understand you've bidden the apple. And that was outside of our control. That's just the Jester universe at work. We didn't know that was the case until after we launched the collection. And then we're like, what's going on here? The rarity isn't meant to be here. So think about it this way. There's 1,337 traits in the Mibera collection. It's just vastly more complex than Milady. The Milady here, I'll talk in singular, I mean Charlotte Fang and Romelia Coe's collection. When I say Miladies, I'm referring to our wee bit of performance art there. But we can get into it. It's been the plan for many years. Even people on the team didn't realize, but Janny likes to speak openly and have the truth be there for those with eyes to see, ears to hear. But I'll pause there. Is there any questions?
Wow. So the actual rarity now, what we see on Magic Eden, this will change or this will stay?
Exactly. Well, remember, Magic Eden is making a guess, but it has incomplete information.
Yeah. Okay. So those who are paying now 3x the floor, they shouldn't, maybe, if they don't like the background?
I bought, how many did I buy? 560, and I just bought off the floor because I also don't know. None of us know.
Nice. So maybe to clarify that, we saw some accusations that we are insider trading, and you were sweeping the floor, but you were only bidding. So let's clarify that we also don't know the rarities. We don't know what to buy. So
No, even us on the team, we don't not like it's randomized.
yeah. So I only bought one, and this was on the floor because of this penis one. So you can check my wallet, and yeah, so there's no insider trading. And yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So very chain.
I'll give you. There is one. There's one set of traits which is pretty rare, which has already revealed now. So I guess if you're listening to this live stream, you can go hunting. And those are the Miberas that also have a foreground, of which there are 12. So there are 12 different foreground. One of which is, for example, Sasha Shulgin's lab is an example of one of those. And there's only 343 of those in the collection, and those have already revealed, even though it's blurred.
Oh.
Okay.
So there's only 343 of those. So that I'm sharing that because we could insider trade on that. I know that. To be honest, before hopping on the call with you, I bought a Sasha Shulgin's lab. I insider traded. Come and get me. But now the information is out there because I've mentioned it on this live stream. So how about it? Those are the only ones where basically the background as you see it isn't going to change unless you get to May 20 and you get a 1 of 1. However, if you have a foreground, one of the 343 that is a foreground, you will definitely not receive a 1 of 1 for those ones because they don't swap. But now that's the extent of information that Zaguchi and Gumi have, and I had, and now I'm sharing it with you. I also shared it in a coven. So there were a few mystics who I noticed on the timeline, even through the uncertainty, let's say, they were out there having fun on the timeline. On Tuesday, we're going to have an experience. If you want to access the liquid backing, you will need to pass through a gateway. The gateway will be one of those old school, like internet questionnaires. It will be a moment of reflection for each of us. You'll be asked a series of 7 questions. As you pass through this gateway, it will determine your archetype. It will determine your archetype based on your actions from the last 4.2 days. And there's a degree of half of the questionnaire is based on your own self-reflection of, you can answer the questions however you want. I suggest you be honest. And then half of it is based on your on-chain actions. So we analyze your wallet, we see, and then based on that, you'll be given your archetype card, free to mint. It will be a way of encapsulating the last 4.2 days. And then once you've received your archetype, for example, the prodigal son are the ones who are like this is fucking shit, I'm out, right? But many of them came back already. The prodigal son is an archetype. We've also got an archetype around, as I mentioned, kind of, let's say the oracles or the witnesses. Witnesses are people who stayed back. They made no change. They held on, they didn't sell, but they didn't buy. These are witnesses, whatever the reasoning behind it was. We've got the Ouroboros. The archetype there might be a cop. These are the people who are perhaps on the timeline telling you what the reality was. No, this isn't the reveal. This is whatever. And so these questionnaires is meant to be a moment for each of us to reflect on how we responded to that uncertainty. And then once you pass through that gateway, you'll have your ticket to the liquid backing mint facility, which will then be available on May 1st. So you can already see the liquid backing, but you won't be able to interact with it until you have that moment of self-reflection. Because each of us responded to that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD, in different ways. And it won't be the last FUD that's coming. And so I think at each phase, having a moment of self-reflection is good.
Wow. So the amount of effort and yeah, it's just crazy. Jenny, I can't thank you enough. I can't appreciate enough, and I can't express enough how much this NFT collection means, not only to me, but I think it's not that far off to say that this is the most amazing NFT collection that's been ever out there. So from the effort wise, what you've put together, the traits, the art, the lore, this execution, the website, on-chain data. So I haven't seen anything near so exciting than this one. So yeah, I love it, and congrats.
We're just getting started. Thank you for being here. Like, it's an absolute dream for Jani, Gumi, Gods, Baby, Fedor, Zaguchi EXP, Soju, Zerka, you know, Tez from the early days, but I listened to his cast the other day. He has self-decided to step back. That's fine. But pay accolades and kind of attribution where it's due. I'm absolutely sure I'm forgetting someone in that list of Sunbearer, who makes the videos. By the way, before I go on, just to pay tribute to Sunbearer, can we go to the Mabera Twitter and not just watch the video but listen to it? Because it's a B-side of the Baby Bearer and Mabera track.
Yes, I will try to share it.
Oh, what I was trying to say is thank you guys, because to you know, be revealing this live on air, we're talking about it at each step of the way. There's been parts of this mint process where you folks have been the hosts. You've been the resident kind of experts with what's going on. It was always the and for this, you know, there's a certain sadness when kind of and kind of one of the early pioneers decides to walk on and do other things. So we kind of wish them well on their journey. But Tez, upon when Jani came in and kind of raised the temple, so pretty much when Jani arrived to Mabera, I was like, what's going on? And pretty much nothing from that first 2 to 3 months. Not like a single trait, not much of any of the work that went into it really went forward from the point that Jani arrived, because the foundations weren't there. And so, you know, I went into what I will say is madness that the universe placed upon my doorstep. As I consumed everything that there was to consume about Milady, MILADYS. And the foundations appeared. And so from that point forward, but once we started organizing around rave as a verb, Tez did have this, the kind of the genius perception to say, we can't just write about this. We need to try and make this multi-experience. And so he was in a call with Sunbearer. They were like, well, let's make some videos. Let's maybe try and instead of it just being on Mirror, let's do this thing. And that was really the beginning of what I truly believe has ended up with us being on this live stream around the main reveal, is that we were constantly looking for, how do we bring this to life? Not just talk about it, but do it. How do we not just talk about rave, but how do we rave? And so, yeah, I just wanted to thank each of you. Like Tez, shout out to you out there. Good luck in your journey. I'm sure you're pouring everything into the starting to put out more podcasts and the THC collection, and like best of luck with that, etc. But the lineage that led to us being on this livecast as we reveal each of these phases is a dream for us. So thank you to each of you, everyone who's actively engaging in this stuff. All of you, doesn't matter what archetype, whether you were out there telling everyone, trying to demystify it and say, no, this isn't real, and whatever. Thank you. Like the kind of more of the, I don't know, whatever that mindset is, the covens, the oracles, the serpents, the ones who laid tricksy stuff, the ones of you who are out there, you know, we had Charlotte Fang responding to stuff, we had Dave, people very high up in Remelia saying, what the fuck is this? We had a whole bunch of people that, like, thousands of likes from the Milady side, right? We'll get into this. But anyway, so I just want to thank each of you, because each of you, regardless of how you're showing up, you are rave as verb. Like, you are contributing to the Mibera law, and it's a dream for us to see. It's a total trip. It's seeing this thing come alive. It's not just a JPEG. It's this space that we're creating, the reactions that you're having, the time that you're sharing, the whatever it is. It's all a part of it.
Thank you, and I feel honored to be a part of it. You know, some people ask me, "What do you think about Mibera?" And I say, I can't say you anything because I'm biased. So I feel really a part of it, and I can't say objectively, as usually I am. I can't say objectively what you want to hear, because I'm not objective anymore. I feel a part of it, and I love it, and I love every single moment of it. It's like a performance. It's like it's evolving, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, we have a lot of things to do still, so I have a few questions, but let's
watch this video.
Yeah, let's. I hope
not just watch it, but listen to it.
We are time traveling.
I hope you can hear that.
Me better, me better, me better, me better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, better, me 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 better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, representatives of the High Council, being to identify of 101 bears from THJ House of 96, temporal messengers of the ungovernable autonomous rave treasure. The lady's identity crisis can be represented most simply in the dialectic of opposites by considering the lady's shadow side. We find the Bera, for inside each lady, the Bera has existed since her inception, the primordial force from which a lady is found forth, and to which she can return at any time. The yin of the lady can be explored in the yang of the Bera. Through the following trinity. Honey, clear pill versus red pill. Bear, collie, ACC versus cybernetic psychedelia. BGT, network spirituality. Her spirit versus network mysticism. Her soul, better, me better, me better, me better, me better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, 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 me better, me better, me better, me better, me better, me better, me
Thank you, Sunbearer.
Oh man, that was amazing.
So let's
Amazing work.
double click here. Let's double click. So where were those words from? So of course it's Lane, an AI adaptation. It's a B-side of a tune that Baby Bearer has made for Mibera. But where have the words come from? Like, when did they emerge? So can you go to a web browser? Because there's a bit, what's in this age of AI, in the age of psyops on the internet, what is real? Like, you know, you can't really, you need many different triangulated data points over time, I think, and personal kind of experience and critical faculties to kind of arrive at that a bit better. Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you scroll upwards, this was written, oh, sorry, can we go to law 1? If you click on the Honeyjar logo and then go to law 1, cool, introducing Mibera. So if you, this was written when? November 27, 2023. You can check the chain. Like, you can go to Arweave and see, is the version that is before your eyes, was it logged into a blockchain which has Byzantine fault tolerance, which has lineage? So we can say with a sense of assurance, there's 444 people have collected this. So they can all, those 444 people can independently verify that the hash of the that they have, like, in their local side does actually correspond to the hash of the information that is in the change log or the log on the Arweave blockchain. But if you go down, so the reason I'm like, what's real? So we're going to try and build back from first principles here and go, like, what the fuck is happening here? So if you scroll down, that was the first video. Go up. That was the first video. This voice that you just heard is the same video, the same voice from this video here. It's an adaptation, an AI adaptation of Lane. It's spiral time here. But if you keep going down, like, if you haven't seen the law or read it, this is maybe, and you're curious what the fuck's going on, maybe this is a moment for you to double click on that curiosity. But if you don't want to, that's chill. So keep going down. Let's towards the bottom. We can have, like, some law parties where we unpack each of these documents in a bit more detail if you want. So breaking, yes, the next one down. Charlotte's Weeb. Keep going down. Okay, here. So, Milady Identity Crisis. So remember, this is from a document that's been published. It's been bought by 444 people. It exists on the Arweave blockchain, or at least a hash of the document does, so that you can kind of back check and check some. So, Milady Identity Crisis. In my lands, we keep our true names hidden all our lives long, from all but those whom we trust utterly. For there is great power and great peril in a name. I spoke your true name. It's not what I thought it would be. And I don't feel easy about it, as if I'd left something unfinished. But it is your name. If it betrays you, then that's the truth of it. So here I want to speak about, if I say the word shibboleth, do you guys know what I mean?
No.
Let's Wikipedia shibboleth.
Where is this word? Shibboleth.
I'm saying to you, you're gonna have to try and spell it out. Yeah. But new tab. Spell it like it sounds. SHIBBOLETH, I think.
SH.
Yeah, my spelling's super bad. That's one of the reasons I do Jenny Small, so I don't have to slow my brain down to try and spell properly. SHIBBO. Yeah, shibboleth.
It's this one.
It's like a. Let's just do search. Shibboleth.
And it's
yeah. No. Is there a way? Just do a search into Google shibboleth Wikipedia, because I'm not looking for kind of a brand. I'm looking for the original.
It's a Hebrew word.
So if we,
it's this one.
Term, which means, oh damn, maybe I've got the shibboleth. No, that is the word I'm thinking of. I have to find the link. It's a word which you use, which isn't known by many, but it distinguishes that you are, that you know, like some secret words. It's kind of like a secret handshake or a something, which tells another group of people that you are, like, you're one of the insiders.
It's another word for Kaaba.
That one. No, that second one down. That's the right one.
Shibboleth. No, this was
weird. Weird. A shibboleth. Let's just read from the top. A shibboleth is any custom or tradition, usually a choice of phrasing or single word, for distinguishing one group of people from another. Okay, can you go to Twitter?
Maybe artwork. No.
Let's not worry. Go to Twitter. What we're doing is building up a sense of truth and shared mental model here from first principles. Because I could tell you any shit. How can you trust me having just no? So do write from in the search bar, from Mibera Maker 333 space Miladies, MILADIES. Okay, go to latest. How many times has that account posted the word Miladies? Up at the top, if you see, there's a latest tab next to top. Underneath the search bar. Sorry, down.
Oh, sorry.
No, there. Yeah. Latest. Because latest. No. Latest. Isn't it? Yeah. That gives you the chronological. So if you go down, how many times has this account used the word Miladies? Okay, so the first time this account, let's look for now, if you go up to the search bar. So the first time was 420, but maybe we deleted all of the times that we used the other one. How can you trust that? Well, let's look at the other spelling. MILADYS. Okay, now how many in this instance? Okay, so we can't have gone back in time and edited these posts. That technology didn't exist back then, or there's no. Let's do the same for deep name. So up at the top, if you replace Mibera Maker 333 with deep name 99.
69, or
No, it's 69 is a good number, but it's 99. Okay, so how? Let's go scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, so it's suffice to say. Let's try and scroll back right to the beginning. When was the first one? Keep going down. Oh, sorry, that's up. Go down. It would be really good if they had a chronological. Okay, cool. So that was all the way back in 2022. Let's change up in the search bar. Change to the Milady's DIES. So, what we can build up here in a verifiable way where you're building up from first principles. I have never used the DIES. If you go through all of the law documents, there is no DIES. So what we've done there is we've built a bit of, from first principles, we've built up a bit of truth based on a lot of triangulated points over time as to, hang on, why did they spell it that way? And it comes back to this shibboleth, is one of the things of the Mibera law is that there's a identity crisis within the Milady community around this sense of freedom. And you know, apparently Miladies are totally, they fought for this right to be able to say the N-word, but you can't say Miladies and spell it wrong. Like, it's this a way of showing the thing that we're pointing out of this culture of self-policing, let's say, this kind of in-group, out-group maintenance. Let me give you an example. So in that search bar, just type in Miladies. Sorry, MILADIES. Not from, just remove the from and just do a naked search of Miladies. Yep. And then if you go to latest, okay, now let's scroll down until we find, hang on, not too quick because it's kind of, that one, that's a good one. Oh, down a bit, down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. This one from that Andrews person. Above, your father is proud of you. This copy pasta. This is a shibboleth at play. This is, but it's at play in a Remilia core way. Let's dig into it. So if you click that post,
the original one,
whichever one, it doesn't matter. It's copy pasta. So let's read it. Miladies will never be the proper spelling, and is an automatic and self-report of internal mental gatekeeping. So they're accusing us of internal mental gatekeeping, but they're so trapped in their own construct that a team who have never used the DIES spelling since starting this work in 2023, they're so predictable and they're so trapped in their confined way of speaking. We were able to change our collection name with a single word, and that shibboleth, an inverse shibboleth, reveals the exact thing that we're talking about. This kind of internal policing, because shibboleths are not always.
Jenny rugged.
Uh-oh.
Kidnapped again.
Chris.
Hello?
Now it's okay. Now you're back. Maybe the birds.
Charlotte Fang on my case again. Can you hear me okay?
Now it's fine. Yeah, now it's good.
Where did you lose me?
Just a second.
Just 3 seconds ago.
Okay. So with this shibboleth, we were able to reveal, because, you know, cultures of shibboleths, examples of shibboleth is Ugabuga, Henlo, BM. Like, these are practices, but the internal constructs and logics that underpin it, the philosophies that underpin it, determine their expression. So when someone says Ooga Booga, BM, Hemlo, it can be an open hand and an invitation in, right? Or you can use shibboleths in a way where it's about policing and maintaining borders. You can't, I'm saying the N-word over here, that's cool, but you're not allowed to say ladies. That's the wrong spelling. Like the internal mental gatekeeping, the construct is so strong within that thing that they see other people as being your self-reporting and whatever without realizing they're perpetuating the thing that they're purportedly against. And so I just wanted to convey, if we go back to the law document, law 1, this top part, this is, rather than, I wrote this to you in November 2023. Did it sink in? I'm not sure if it did or not. Will it sink in now? I bet it fucking will for a lot more of you. Like, because you've been through that experience, you've seen it. If you go back to Twitter, actually, let's have one more look. Because it isn't just community members who are constrained within these, let's say, restrictive. Let's look at Charlotte Fang. So if you search for, it's Charlotte Fang 77. Yeah. Go to her replies. Go to her reply under Dave. I'm doing this now live on air because oftentimes once they realize they've been psyopsed, they'll delete their posts. So at least we'll have a video of it. Go down. Oh, by the way, and we've screenshot. Yeah, this one. So click on it. Click on Dave's post. So Dave is very high up in Romelia, and Janny predicted that within the space of 4 days, you would have all of these different, on the bearer side, you'd have all of these different archetypes, but also on the milady side, they would get triggered by this use of the word miladies, right? It was Dave's post that gave permission to the wider kind of, let's say, yes men, to then start posting and grave dancing. Oh, look, this collection, they changed it to the wrong spelling. If you go back through these posts and look at the milady interactions, look at it, not now, in your own time before it's deleted. But yeah, if you go down, like even Dave posting it, then Charlotte then replies and is like, oh yeah, this is slop and whatever. Go up actually. I made this meme. It's sorry, on Dave's
I'm
post.
the replies. Wait.
Yeah. It's such a skill issue to these folks that they couldn't even conceive of the fact that this might be. It might not be that we don't understand. It might be actually that this meme. It might be that we understand them inside out, and they've been owned on the timeline, like the supposed kings of psyops. They couldn't even conceive of the fact that this might be a psyops. It only took, what was that, 2 days, 3 days?
Almost 4 days.
Like the cancelled will inherit the earth, and then you go around telling people, oh, you're not allowed to say miladies with that spelling. Like,
actually, one guy deleted my comment.
Anyway, the point here isn't, I love milady spirit, that organic, emergent, like chaos energy, that organic, emergent, whatever that is, that's a universal expression. The thing that Janny's always pushed back against is the influence of the small thinking of Romelia Core, Charlotte Fang, and those folks, and how that then spreads through. And to be honest, to Janny's experience, perverts. It creates this identity crisis. And this is the spirit. And to be honest, it's degraded it over time. The life vitality that milady used to be, it used to be this, the use of the word egregore, I don't think was wrong for that period, but over time, this identity crisis, as it's expressed through this gatekeeping, the maintenance of in-group, out-group, and fiefdom, it bleeds that universal energy. And this was the spirit from which we were creating Mabera from 2 years ago to 2.5 years ago. Go back to law document 1. here, like we were talking about the Milady identity crisis, right? If you go to the top of this document, this is Law 1, November 2023. If you go down to the first paragraph, sorry, that's the quote on underneath. Yeah, so this picture, it's a Milady around a Ouija board, and the thing that we was trying to say is that Milady and this kind of chaotic emergent energy is something that the universe wanted on the timeline and in the world, but it also opened up this rip of other stuff pouring through. Mabera came in through that rip also. So in this top paragraph, oh, sorry, go down underneath the picture. I know this is a bit awkward. Thank you for underneath. So we were writing this in the midst of the Milady coup, which we can go into another time. But basically, Jenny, there's nothing new under the sun. I've been on the internet for a long time. I've been in fringe, cutting edge internet communities, tech community for going way back, and these patterns emerge time and again, and you see them play out. And the understanding and the reason that we draw into the identity crisis stuff is oftentimes fringe kind of, let's say, niche, but really vitally and full of life and potent movements can descend into infighting, in-group, policing, around conventions and this type of stuff. And so Mabera has emerged not as an anti-Milady, it's not about that at all, but we're anti-derivative. We are the Joker to the Batman. Because in Gotham, when you have this expression of different strong archetypes, it allows for people to have an actual exit rather than exile. Like the way that Miladies operate is they're like, okay, you're not in the in-group, you're cancelled, even though the words as above, so below, there's a discordance there. Like apparently the cancelled will inherit the earth. Apparently they're the most cancelled, whatever. But actually, as often happens, people recreate and become the thing that they're saying that they're against. And so Mabera truly is a love letter to that Milady spirit of, actually, we're not going to police you. We're not going to tell you what you can, whatever. Like there's a thousand different ways of expressing that energy. And it's a love letter to that organic, emergent, whatever that energy is. Okay, let's go back down to the quote. So again, I know sometimes people say Janny is anti-Milady, and I just want to clarify, I'm absolutely not. I'm in love with that. Go up above the crazy making picture underneath Charlotte's Weeb. Go down. Underneath Charlotte's Weeb. Cool. So Milady's identity crisis can be represented most simply in the dialectic of opposites. By considering Milady's shadow sides, we find Mabera. For inside each Milady, Mabera has existed since her inception. So this is why we had Milady's on Berachain. Everything I've just spoken to you about, this performance art, I was telling you about this in these law documents from November. Some of you got it. That's why there's so many thousands of people deep in this thing. They've seen the law. They have ears to hear. They have eyes to see. But for those of you who are new, like, you haven't just been told, you've experienced it for yourself now. Like, in an age of psyops, in an age of what is real, your experience, what you have seen with your own eyes, what you can piece together over time through attestations over time as logged in blockchains. You can go back and watch this video because I've just done a big data dump. You've had a living experience of rave as verb, but also law as verb. You've seen the aspect of the perversion of Milady culture as expressed through the influence of that kind of in-group, out-group policing by Ramelia Core, and the constraints and the way that it's kind of undermined and kind of value stripped that raw chaotic energy. You've had the experience of people receiving a graffitied Milady with penis strapped to its forehead and willingly and joyfully and jubilantly changing their PFPs to these kind of crazy pieces of raw expression of energy. You've experienced this now. Like, this is law as verb. It's not this thing you're consuming. Like, what we're really at the heart of it here is kind of, we're building something together, and you're a part of that. It's a living, breathing thing. I think that's enough on that topic for now. Just to
Okay, can I
say,
ask a question?
yes.
So when you said that the last couple of days kind of determine us as archetypes, does this mean it's dynamic? Will it
Of
evolve
course.
based on
Of course.
down the path, or like we can then switch to other archetypes?
Eileen, can I be frank?
Yes.
Change.
You had to think about it.
Actually, hang on. Let's all. This is not just you, Eileen. I'm not going to single you
2
out.
hours later.
Everyone, take a moment and have a think about when is the last time you really radically changed your way of being. And then once you've thought of that, have a think about the people that you know in your life. When is the last time you had a moment where you stood back and you're like, wow, you've actually really changed?
Last Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, I don't know, that's a deeply personal one. Change for a lot of people is hard. So yes, of course, like we are all free agents, able from our being to change this, compounding is a thing. Like, I do genuinely believe that humans can change, but I think it's something a lot of us struggle with. And to be honest, over the last 4.2 days, how you showed up on the timeline, like how you engaged with this, should be quite illuminative for like just how you show up to things. And that's not judgment. I think we all have our part to play. This questionnaire, it's not a judgment. It's an invitation. Well, the on-chain stuff is binary. It's 0 or 1. Did you buy more bearers during that period of doubt, or did you not? Did you sell them all or not? Did you do nothing or not? Like, did you sell them all low and buy in back high? Of which it's quite a number, by the way. Are you one of the 42 people who were rarity trait hunting because of Magic Eden? Like, all of that is 0 to 1, right? That will adapt and shift over time as we leave a digital trace on the blockchain. But the more self-reflection part that originates from your spirit as a being and how you show up in the world, that is not a judgment on our part. Like, you can answer the questions however you want. It's more an invitation for you to have a moment of self-reflection and think, how did I show up to this? Like, is this how I want to keep showing up to this collection? Like, do I want to be a person who tries to police this thing and demystify it and say, oh, this is the fake reveal, it's not that good, anti-Milady it's been done, this isn't even that unique. As I've heard people on recording spaces taking that position, right? And it's a moment for like, is that how you want to show up? If you want to, that's fine, right? There's a place for all of us in this thing. Everyone, whether you're a Remelia Co self-policing and demonstrating and being a useful idiot and providing the canvas upon which we can paint the story, that's fine. Everyone's got their part to play, but we can change at any time. 2 hours later.
Exactly.
Jenny, I just wanted to say thank you because this is an experience, this is a performance, and being a part of it and experiencing live here on stage, that's a unique experience. So everyone who's here now, just enjoy. You have your your alcoholic drink or non-alcoholic drink. you have your other stuff maybe. So just enjoy it and be a part of it. Embrace it. So thank you, Jenny, for doing this. It's
Welcome.
amazing.
The practical question, Eileen, to answer you is yes, we've got more coming down the line. Hopefully by now, like, I don't know. I could tell you I'm autistic, but if you had any doubt before, this part of it, I had the idea for this before November 2023, because it took me a month. When did I cook up? I arrived to the Mabera work server in August 2023. So August, September, October, over that 3-month period, I consumed everything that there was to consume from the Milady camp. And the way of rolling this out occurred to me then, and then I started writing. And we've got a lot more coming down the pipeline. There truly isn't anything that we can do anything, right? That occurs to us. Like, this is our domain in the sense that we're cypherpunks, we're artists, we're chaos people, we're a team of extremely autistic people. Like, this is just the beginning. This is the foundation. What you have to remember is I wrote this in November 2023. We haven't been sat on our hands between November 2023 and now. We built the Silk Road site. Again, Mokus, if you go to Twitter, if you go to the search bar from DeepName99, and search for Silk Road, one word. Maybe 2 words, sorry, put a space in between. Cool, there it is. You can see how Jenny finds memes so quickly. I remember keywords and then I just do search by person. So if you click into this, now if you click into one of the Discords, so when did I make this post? You can see. Let's click on the Mabera maker. Yeah, that's 2025. But if you click into the quoted tweet, that's from December 2023. Okay, so we posted that. That would be hard to fake. Now, if you click into the Discord, sorry, go back. If you click into the pictures, right? Okay, yes, okay, I could have faked this, right? Screenshots you can always fake. So this you should doubt, but when you pair it with the other pieces of information, you can say maybe put it into the maybe bucket. But just read through this. This was, what year was this? 2023. Like, we build fast at THJ. We built the Silk Road site, and it's been sat there and waiting for a year plus. Like, read through this. Like, look at the timestamps.
It's from November 2023.
Like, read it. We don't need to live on air, but people should. So in a way, we're also, one of the reasons we say we're time traveling retard rebase bears is, to be honest with you, you're living in Janny's past. Like, I had these ideas 2 years ago, and we built and delivered it a year and a half ago. It's just been sat there and waiting. In that time, Ross Ulbricht has become free. Like, there is something about this work that we're doing. We're now in touch. Like, the funds that you are spending on Honey Road, 1% of all of those funds are going to Ross. In the time that we've had, like, this isn't, you are experiencing an egregore. Like, could any of us have understood that Ross would be free when Jenny had this idea to build a Silk Road site? Now, I've seen someone saying, oh, this is just a copy of Silkbearer from Steady Teddy's. Like, okay, sure, but look, this is from, we built it, delivered it, and it's been sat on the shelf before Steady Teddy's even existed. Not only that, if you actually go to the Silk Road site, the Honey Road site, sorry, have you tried buying a drug? Speak to the vendor.
I did.
How was your experience?
Oh, it was super easy. I sent a message to you. I'm just waiting on the message back. Apparently, there's a good deal for Bitcoin going on, so I sent out a message there, just kind of waiting on the response.
Have they replied?
No, not yet. Not yet.
My
Yeah.
paradigm.
So
Customer
here's
reviews? Oh my god.
here's the thing, right? Now, whilst each vendor is a AI demon, you know, they could reply straight away, but that wasn't the experience of the Silk Road. Like, it could be a day, it could be a day and a half before you'd receive a response. You would find your vendors who reply pretty quickly because they're organized, so then you would veer towards that. Now, with the AI vendors that we have built within this experience, we even down to that detail of you'll receive a response at some point in the next 48 hours, right? Some of the vendors from the Silk Road, many of them sent the correct product, right? Some of them sometimes made mistakes, so that will also happen. Maybe you order some of this MDMA, but you get some pills in NFT delivered to you instead. You will then have to decide what you want to do about that. Some of you are going to get rugged by the vendor because some of them would selective scam, SS as we called it. So you'll pay your money and then nothing will arrive. But that vendor will gaslight you and say, I fucking sent it. It must have got lost in the mail. Some of them will get caught at the border and you won't receive the drugs that you ordered. You're going to receive what we called a love letter from the border force. Like the autistic detail here, I'm not even going to go into it. Like for those of you who weren't around for the Silk Road, try Honey Road. Like fine, it's not going to be mail into your drugs into your inbox, but the experience, the emotions, your body, that sense of like, what the fuck is going on? But one thing I can say is money that you spend in the system, 69% of it goes into liquid backing. 1% goes to Ross Ulbricht, who was the Dread Pirate Roberts. We have Dread Bearer Roberts. And 30% goes to THJ because, you know, we deserve it. And yeah, this has been live and waiting since 4 months after Janny wrote those posts that you can go back to Twitter and read through. So for those of you who are saying we copied Steady Teddy, it's cute. I like it. Good. You can think that. But like what you have to remember is that in the time that this has been on the shelf, we have been building. What's coming down the pipeline, we don't have words for yet. Like there isn't anyone operating in the way that we operate.
Crazy stuff. That's so well executed, and I'm just here listening and enjoying. It's like you're like a magician. So you go to Las Vegas to these events and you see these magicians performing. I feel like that. I'm amazed.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go a layer deeper?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We're in touch with a lot of the original moderators of the Silk Road Forum. Have you gone to the forum yet?
No forum. Here.
Oh, I know we had our Discord server seized, so we won't be bringing back the Discord server. But over time, you're going to see this become the knowledge base. The Honey Road isn't just a performance art. It's not just an NFT platform. It's not just a innovation in a cyberpunk, cybernetic economy. Remember, all value flow through this system. Your Mabera is the interface to it. That liquid backing treasury will grow over time. We're about to put, I think, that early 10% of Steady Teddies is in there. Michibis is coming up. We've got a whole different bunch of tributaries, as we call them, coming down the line. But those are just one part of what is an economy here, and they can't stop us. The feds can't take this offline because we're not. Look at the attention to detail. So the software was called Simple Machines, but we've changed it to POL, Simple, because it's Berachain. Anyway, this one of the functions of Honey Road isn't just this whole performance art piece. It's
Now you
the
cut
universe.
off
I'm
again.
gonna have to come back, or
No.
we can leave it for next time. I have to go, just the universe, but I can come back. But if I've blown your mind, we can bring this up another time if you want. Or I can come back in like 20 minutes, but something's come up. I need to.
Oh,
You guys decide between you. If you're still here, I'll come back. If you're gone, then we can resume next time at the next reveal. But if you're here in 20 minutes, I'll come back. If not, decide between you. Bye.
Bye.
okay.
Bye.
Wow, I'm speechless, but I'm definitely enjoying. It's not like the last time. I'm amazed by those
Okay.
details and these layers. It's so deep and it's so well executed and worked out.
Detail wise, if you leave a comment in the forum, it already has your NFT as the picture when you leave a comment too.
Hello, Mibera. Oh yeah, it's so cool. So quick reply.
And
Let's
those like
see.
fully blurred backgrounds, there are no how do you say, like there's no names for those backgrounds, right? They're all like super different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see names neither.
I looked into the background Jenny was mentioning. If you pull up NFT number 5252, I think it was, that has the background he was referring to. Yeah, there it is right there.
This one.
So
Okay.
yeah, if you take a look, that's the one that's labeled Sasha. If you go to the build your own Mibera, I think that's the one he was talking about. Interesting though, like if you look at the trait background, there's a 700 total, but he said there was 300 of this background. So if you were to search that specific trait, it would be like half the total NFTs under that trait, but that's not the case. So it makes me think that, it's spread throughout all of the specific background traits, not just that one.
Yeah.
I think it's also gonna get sharpened like next phase. It's a background preview, first preview of background, I feel like. Or it's only for
I think from the first stream he did, it was like something about hats.
Oh.
Yeah,
What was
it's
it?
blurred background in phase 1. So in the next phase, we will have normal background.
Oh, okay. And then the molecule.
Yeah, showing up.
The DNA, also something about geolocations of the like the birth of the bear or Mibera, each Mibera.
Geolocation.
Like a birth
Generic
chart or
shadow.
something.
Is the ancient and modern Mibera thing? No,
Oh,
wait, hold
yeah.
on. Yeah, so it's the drug, the molecule, and then the time. So like, I think when it's born, the whatchamacallit, like moon, star alignment and stuff like that. Because that tells you like the actual astrological time, and then I think you can determine ancient or modern from that. And then there's the elements, the fire thingy, fire, earth stuff, right?
Yeah, this one. That's the overlay. Phase 3.
Ah, okay. So just sun.
That's so cool. Can't wait to see my full Mibera.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go back to Honey Road. This is so cool. You can watch how many people minted already these NFTs, but this experience which
Do they go out of
Jenny
stock?
was talking about. So,
Like, is there a limit on how many you can mint?
Can we see who already minted?
yes.
Don't do that.
Why?
Listen, I was a little busy while the chat was happening. I went through.
FBI? Someone's buying drugs.
No, I mean the Mibera, the one with the trades.
Oh, the
The
vending
different.
machine?
No. I mean the one. How do you say, the generator on the Honey Road, where you choose your different like heads and stuff.
Yeah, that's the vending machine. This one. You can have a randomized one, and now you have the fully revealed one.
It's not for minting. It's just like to see.
Dispense. No, you can mint it. If you click on dispense here.
Uploading. Safety on. Maybe we just like a noobs for Silk Road. That's why.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
Randomize. Oh, that's a cool one too.
Oh, and you
But
can see the background.
You don't see the how do you call them, overlay and the molecule. So there is no. Oh, where was that? There are no signs. Yeah. So what do you think? I'm amazed. It was all written in these documents back 1.5 years ago, and it just perfectly played out. And we were witnessing Jenny's prophecy. That is so cool.
I mean, if these are the seeds that were planted then, right? And what's being planted now? Like, it's just starting making me think about absolutely everything that's happening.
Yeah. And I was now we are 1 hour and 48 minutes into this stream, but we haven't really talked about the reveal. Okay, besides the little bit about the background, but we didn't reveal the Mibera as the art, but we revealed this lore. So 1.5 hour only about what happened in the last 4 days and how it was all orchestrated back in the days. It's crazy. I don't know. I think we should wait for Jenny. Maybe now 15 minutes to wait. We can have a chat until then. But I'm really interested about all kind of backgrounds, and we can. I think here it shows there are 15 different backgrounds, but we saw that if I was choosing one trait and it shows different ones. So which one was that? You see, I choose this one it's supposed to have 572 with all the same backgrounds, but that's not true. So you have in one trait, you have different backgrounds. So that's wild. But I would love to know what people are watching and sniping. There are a lot of buys above the floor.
There's people buying that are not watching this stream. I think it's kind of apparent.
I saw OG Uncle buying, shopping, I would say. And Smoky Pipe, I think he bought like 30 or something. He posted on Twitter.
Smoky.
Smoky Pipe.
Ah,
Smoke
Smoky
pipe?
Pipe, yeah. So here is one for 300, 320.
I think the
That's
top
crazy.
sale is like 555 bearer. Which
Here is one
wild.
for 500. Why? Bro, why?
For the culture.
I don't know. Maybe numbers has something to do with it.
That's number 5181.
Wait, it's like 5K?
Nothing special.
Yeah, but maybe
Is this
to
a
that
sale
person,
or
it's
just
not.
speculation?
This one was bought for 500 and is now listed for 1,500.
5181.
So Jenny is back. Hello, Jenny. We can't hear you. And he's gone.
The birds. Fucking birds.
Birds were too loud. That was a psyop. He just had a
Yeah,
tape
maybe
with
they
the bird
weren't
sounds.
real. Because they stopped at some point. He probably like went inside or something.
Yeah, you can't silence the birds. Or maybe he's at home and he has a zoo at the home.
Another speaker.
Definitely lives in
man.
his own cave.
The birds
So I
got
heard
fans.
Baby Bear was buying one of those. I don't want to say the word. Maybe YouTube will censor. Yeah, things. Anyone else who bought something?
No, but at this point, I think like after what he just said, how it's going to mimic how real Silk Road orders were like back in the days. I think we need to buy like PSYOP insurance or something.
Yeah. So
Ooh, some math in the chat.
69% of the mint funds will go to the liquid backing. So Jenny, let's try again. Hello, Jenny.
Hello.
So now you're back.
Just universe got hands. We're back for now.
Okay. We have some questions. So the liquid backing stuff, when it goes live?
On Thursday, with the next reveal, we will. The plan is because we build quick, but the plan is that the self-reflection quiz gateway that you need to pass through will be on Tuesday, along with the next reveal. And then on the Thursday the 1st, would be when you can then access the liquid backing.
Wow, that's soon.
Our plan is to try and release something to do with each art reveal.
Nice. So back to the reveal. I have still this document from the previous streams. So that's still in place, yeah. So now is
Yes.
the phase 1. We have our generic shadow. Every shadow looks the same.
The only update here is the thing about the foreground. I could have the numbers wrong. I'm not sure. I need to look into that. Again, I want to communicate. I haven't seen the full art, actually, at all, full stop, because there's just too much of it, and I operate from upcycled old hardware, and I'm at maxed out memory. So I just decided, okay, this is the Desk universe is asking me to go blind as well. So I'm seeing all of this for the first time also. Of course, I've been involved in the selection of each of the 1,337 traits, and I've given deep feedback at each of them individually. But in terms of the collection as being generated, how it actually looks all together, I've never seen it before. Only Gumi and Zaguchi have.
Okay, so you don't know exactly how many different blurred backgrounds, for instance, are there?
I don't know. I haven't got the spreadsheet in front of me right now, so I can't. Maybe 1 week what we can do is just we can release all of the different matrices of everything and how it links together. You should definitely do a stream with Gumi at some point, because Gumi would give a very. I would not come to that just because Janny goes into hot dog time, and it would give you a different perspective on Mabera.
Yeah, that sounds good. So that was my second question. So you don't have specific stories or lore about the different backgrounds, or maybe
Oh yes,
you can pick some.
Yeah, let's choose a background and we can go into it.
Okay, so
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
Those of us
you mean
who,
you mean
the 7-Eleven is a canonical. It's meant to convey that feeling of you've been out partying or dancing or out with friends, and you are emerging back into the world as, let's say, the mainstream are waking up and they are starting to go about their day. And 7-Elevens are often these kind of these worlds in between worlds, in the sense that a lot of them are open 24/7. And so they become these kind of like nexus points where folks who've been up dancing all night and they haven't been to sleep might collide with someone who's getting up, tired, putting on their suit, maybe going in to get a cheap coffee. So 7-Eleven is this kind of tribute to these crossway points in the real world. It's actually happening all the time. It's just that certain practices, or so for example, someone who is a night shift worker is very much kind of maybe operating on a different flow to someone who's a daytime worker, this type of thing. So that's a bit the story there. It's also a thing which crosses east and west. There's 7-Elevens both east and in the west.
So we have
they used to be in more places.
Oh, with the Baby Bearer jacket. Nice.
Not chill.
I actually have like some personal stories added to the 7-Eleven too.
I'd love to hear it sometime.
Okay.
Do you feel like, are you able to share, or is it like a deep down one?
No, it's I'm able to share it. So there's equivalents of 7-Eleven, and the first time I bought Bitcoin was actually in one of these convenience stores, not from someone, from a machine, and it's not a Bitcoin ATM. And also my favorite go-to is like Coke Slurpee So that's not any useful information whatsoever.
Mine too.
Everyone's got a favorite Slappy flavor and probably some type of visceral Slappy memory from some part of their life.
So do we have the blur
Actually-
ones? Can we
Same.
recognize the 7-Eleven, for example?
Yeah. So the backgrounds are correct. They won't change unless you get a 1 of 1. There, on the right, you had a 7-Eleven.
Oh.
Scroll down. Yeah, there, over far right.
This
Down,
one.
bottom row. No, bottom row, far right.
Ah,
Yeah.
this one, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. So we
So
already
the background won't
discovered that.
change unless you get a 1 of 1.
So if you get a 1 of 1, also the background changes.
Well, because there's 4. Do you want to, Mokus? How are you going? It's late your side.
For me, it's fine, yeah.
Do you want to see some 1 of 1s?
Yes, of course.
Hang on, I'm
If
going to
it's
send them.
shouldn't be a surprise, then yeah. If you want to leak.
Is it like gonna be a human Vera?
He's off.
Ah,
He
obviously. Like
interrupted us
imagine
again.
Things.
imagine us asking about the app DAO background and then he just starts talking about Appiology DAO for like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Did he just robbed again?
Yeah, he's rocked again.
Jester Universe got him again.
Yeah.
No coincidences here. So maybe we shouldn't ask about the 1 of 1s. I wanted to ask this. On the first day, I don't know how this happened, but there is like, I don't know, it's 10 million barrels. But on the first day, there was a psyop that you have the floor price minus 99.99%.
Yeah.
So,
I think it was definitely planned. So
Yeah.
then people will look at it and start fudding. It was very well executed.
that was cool.
But also like when he said one of 1s revealing at the last stage, did he mean like literally 42 of these 1 of 1s would just look like every other thing or every other Mibera, and then eventually they just completely change to like one of 1?
I
Because that's
think
how
yes.
I imagine it would be like.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, because he said the background does not change unless you have a 1 of 1. So I think if you have a 1 of 1, everything changes. But he's here back again.
Hello. Sorry, I had
Hello,
to.
Jenny.
Hello. If you check your Twitter DM, the group chat
Yes.
for this call, I've shared, I think, 5 of them.
Oh my God.
Jared.
I need one. Oh my God.
Maybe we can end the call on the. Oh, I was telling you the Honey Road story. So as you're Mokus, as you're loading up these 1 of 1s for people to see, I'll share the last bit of the Honey Road story. Yes, NFTs. Yes, NFTFi, liquid backing. Yes, cypherpunk economy. Yes, law as verb. Yes, rave as verb. Yes, like crypto can be fun again. And also we can push the space further. Like we're living in yesterday's future, and I believe time is nonlinear. It can be. There's different types of time. There's chronic time. There's chironic time. There's the time of the Aperon. And we stand on the shoulders of giants. Like Charlotte Fang speaks about how she got pilled into crypto by reading some of Ross Ulbricht through DPR's posts on the forums. And attribution is cool, but we can take it one step further. We are cypherpunks. We have way of transmitting value through digital technologies. And so we're in touch with some of the original moderators from the Silk Road. We're in touch with early OGs, and we're going to be doing some collabs through them, which will be exclusively available through the Honey Road. But the purpose of Honey Road isn't just everything that I've discussed. It's to acknowledge that cryptography is important. Bitcoin is important. Silk Road was important. These are our heritage. And if we're not careful, we lose this stuff. Now, what Honey Road truly is it's a living, breathing economy that can infuse and, let's say, fund the reclamation and restoration of the archive from that period. When Silk Road was taken offline by the feds, that hurt. But what felt like brain damage was the forums going offline. When the forums went offline, we lost our shared library. It was our version of an Library of Alexandria burning down. The Honey Road will restore the forums to their full glory. We've scraped and gathered as much as we can. But if you have scraps of the forums, if you have posts, if you have archives, reach out to us because we will pay you to help us restore it. And with these mintables, you will receive a part of the value flow. So you will be paid to be an archivist of this shared knowledge base, right? Not only that, a percentage of all value flows also goes to Ross Ulbricht, right? So people are thinking too small. They're like, can I has a 10x? Yeah, cool, fine. We're all here for money and whatever, but we're also cypherpunks. Like, we're also here for ideological reasons. We're also here because we're freedom-loving people. And the way we show up and what we do is important. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say about the Honey Road. It's not a gimmick. It's not a thing. Like, we were there. Like, we want this alive. It's an important part of our heritage. Like, that spirit of fuck you, we're freely consenting, freely transacting human beings who want to connect with other human beings on the planet. And what we do with our body is our business, not yours. Those are the spirit of cypherpunk. That's the spirit of crypto. Like, the feeling on the timeline is spiritually sparse, right? Network spirituality is fine in words, but as above, so below. Its practice and its manifestation, as perverted through the Remelia mindset, is, to be honest, the flip side is network mysticism. What is real? The feet in the soil. Like, what are we fighting for, right? What can we do? We're cypherpunks. Like, none of this boring shit. I'm tired of boring shit. Okay, that's basically it. We're all a living part of making history. Like, we're active agents in this. Anyway, I'll get off my pedestal. Sorry, I feel very passionately about this. Should we talk about the one of ones?
These are amazing, Jenny.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a collection. Them. It's a collection within a collection. So I will give you a taste today. But Eileen, go on.
Okay, I have two questions. One has to do with the one-on-ones. Maybe we should talk about that after. But I wanted to ask you if you thought that shared consciousness is the currency of our universe.
Oh my God, we're getting deep here. I love that.
Well, I can answer this with the one of ones. So I'm a hot dog. I'll premise it with this. So, put your hot dog filter on. But let's go to, can you show me the different ones? There's a hierarchy. Where's did I not send it? I'm going to have to log off again. Is there one with the moon?
Nope.
Ah, fucking hell. All right, I'll be back.
Guys, do you think, like, he is crazy enough to be like, okay, along with your Mibera, you need to mint certain amounts of drugs somewhere, take some action and then perhaps that energy that you own would then eventually. I'd realize this is a terrible thing to say out loud because he might actually listen. Okay, anyway, never mind.
Hey, I feel it without drugs. So I have the capabilities to go to parties and without alcohol feel the vibe, feel the energy, and it's the same now. I feel it. So I don't want to be too outspoken, so to say a lot, because people will understand it not correctly, and yeah, they will call me crazy, but I definitely feel it. And you know,
Same.
I love to speak with intelligent people, and Jenny is always amazing me because he represents the this crypto guy, you know, we're always talking about on Twitter. It's the left curve and the right curve together, and it's, you don't know, it's the yin and yang. It's his low IQ and high IQ together, and I I resonate with that. So um, yeah, network spirituality. And someone said in the comments, maybe in 100 years we will look back and look at this like we're speaking about the Mona Lisa nowadays. And yeah, it's maybe a bit overblown, but maybe not, maybe not.
I think not. It's not really about the Miberas. It's about what the Miberas represent. So, you know, as every cycle, we see crazy people create very, very different things that we've never seen before. And perhaps what you choose to do will inspire other people to choose to do something too.
Yeah, and yeah, back to that. I think the same way we are experiencing here, like I don't know. So if you go back to, okay, let's assume something. We go 10 years forward, and we look back on the early days of NFTs. There will definitely be in the historic books like CryptoPunks, autoglyphs, maybe miladies, like a cultural thing. And I don't think it's that outrageous to have a chapter about Mibera, not about the art, how it's looked like, about the aesthetics, but about the process, about the lore, and how is it documented. So we have these live streams, we have the articles, we have tweets, discords, and it's kind of unique thing. We didn't have this before, I think, and it's a collective. That's what was fascinating for me about NFTs, that it's digitally, it's online, it's a cultural thing, but it's also a social thing. So we are here together. I see 3,200 people are watching or have watched, and we are experiencing this together. And there has to be a collective mind, a collective something that we are sharing now together, and it's good to be a part of it. So Jenny is back. Hello, Jenny.
I got punked by you, Marcus. It was in the group chat. So let's. Yeah.
Oh,
there.
yeah, that's nice.
Okay, Eileen, to answer your question, in most religions, in most let's say, religious traditions on the planet, there is some notion of creation, and the primordial forces which are present, which are universal, are sound and light. Boiled down, those things are about vibration. Sun Ra speaks about this in terms of, in fact, go back to Law Document 1. To answer, I put this in Law Document 1.
Yeah.
I think it's in 1. It might be 4.
I have to share another screen. It's this one.
I'll go up to the top. Oh, sorry, down. Perhaps, yeah, this one. So when in time, perhaps people have a lot more of the unknown than the known in their minds. The unknown is great. It's like the darkness. Nobody made that. It just happens. Light and all that, someone made that. It's written that they did. What they're talking about there is on the first day, God said, let there be light. But nobody made the darkness. My music is about dark tradition. Dark tradition means a lot more than black tradition. There's a lot of there's a lot of division in what they call black. I'm not into division. I'm into coordination, discipline, and tradition. So what's being referenced, this is a quote from Samra. What's being quoted here is essentially it's vibration, in the sense that light was spoken into being, but underneath that is the darkness, which is a dark vibration. So yes, to answer your question, I believe it's all vibes, it's all vibrations. So Mokus, if you can go back to the Lunar 1 of 1. There's a collection within a collection here. I haven't got my laptop with me, so I have to do this from memory. At the top, we have the sun and the moon as the top of this kind of hierarchy. So here we have the moon. Behind her, we have a halo. The waves that you see are the resonant frequency of the planet, the moon. I know it's not a planet, but the astral body, the moon. So that there are different ways of visualizing resonance. For example, when you pass a sound wave through a liquid, you have a thing called cymatics. That's one way of visualizing sound. And here we have a different visualization. It's kind of the waveform. For the, I forget the hertz off the top of my head for the moon. Around her neck, we have speaker cones to symbolize rave, but also sound. But the speaker cones are also the moon in their different phases. There's a lot more I can say about the moon, but the answer to your question, Eileen, is here embodied in this collection. At the top, we have the sun. If we can go to the sun.
This one.
Yes. Marcus, talk us through your first impressions of this.
First word what comes into my mind is enlightening. And yeah, it seems to enlighten us. The sun is the center of the universe. It shines and gives life to everything, and it comes from his or her heart. That's the brightest, and it comes through Mibera. You know, these sun shines. So that's only what I'm observing and interpreting.
Love it. Yeah. And so here we have got like the abstract crown of the sun, this masculine energy. Many of us have had this experience of, like, if you're lying in a park, it's sun, you close your eyes, the sun is bright in the sky, you can see the capillaries of your eyelid. We've got the breaking of the separation of your closed eyelid in the outside world, of the crown of the sun kind of breaching like into you, beyond the veil. Like, we also see the waveform, the hertz resonant frequency, kind of around the edge in a halo. It's kind of a bit more subtle than with the moon. But again, here we have the resonant frequency of the sun, the astral body that is the sun, visualized, because the sound, the vibration is what is important. We have the balance of the masculine on the sun side, the feminine on the moon side. Of course, I'm not going to get into my thoughts on the feminine and the masculine, because I'd get cancelled by a lot of people. If we were in a truly free-speaking society, I'd have a lot more to say on that, and maybe we can get into it another time. But the world's a fragile place on the internet. Should we look at another one? What I'm trying to convey here is that basically, what's the hierarchy? At the top, we have the sun and the moon. So on the sun side, the masculine side, there's an energetic, let's say, tribute paid to the 20 on the masculine side, and there's 21 on the feminine side. 42, sorry, 21 and 21. Then underneath that, we have the star signs. No, we have the 4 elements. So that's what we'll get into next. There's earth, fire, water, and air. So maybe we can look at those next.
That one looks like a phoenix to me.
The red one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
got,
that's
like,
the yeah. You can click any of them. We can talk about it. This is air. It's a representation of air. I believe she's over on the feminine side. I need to check all of this. I'm away from my notes.
Yes, long hair.
Kind of ethereal. Here, of course, we've got water.
So they're overall 42 one-of-ones.
Yes, and they only reveal at the very last step. So you could have the most common Mibera in the collection and then end up with one of these.
So that's the 20th of May. May 20th.
And also these live inside the Miberas already, it's done. They've been here all along. For inside each Miladies, Mibera has been here all along. They've been here since the parcel dropped to you.
So that's the fire one.
Fire. The phoenix.
Very nice. So
I have a lot of thoughts on this stuff, but it's, everyone's got their different relationships to these elements, I don't need to overlay it with my.
So this will be exactly like this, because the art differs a little bit from the ones we saw on this document.
With the the one-of-ones have been done bespoke. They're, how do I say this? A lot of the theme within Mibera are types of time. So we speak about Milady as being a representative of chronic time. This is the Saturnian time. The reason for this is so much of their philosophy talks about accelerationism. And in accelerationism, it's essentially talking about this inevitable march towards, you can read it yourself, but essentially it's on this kind of like a linear path. Chronic time, that type of time, is the type of time where you need to plant your seeds by a certain part of the year, because if you don't come harvest time, you're fucked. It's the asshole boss who gives you a hard time for being a minute late past the start of your shift. It's that kind of like, it's the type of time where the only things true in life are some birth, death, and taxes, or something like that's the kind of chronic time. Then you've got spiral time, which we've spoken about a lot. That's the chironic time. It's the spiral. It's the coincidence, the serendipity, this type of thing. Now, a type of time that actually does exist throughout the law, but which has maybe not featured as much, is the time of Aperon. This is like the time of epochs. It's the grand sweeping arcs of history. Like, what chapter are we in the history of the world? And so what this collection, this 42, is you can consider it as a thread needle that stitches together the various different orders of time. And so at the top you have the feminine and the masculine, the sun and the moon. Underneath that you've got earth, fire, wind, water, right? Underneath that you've got the astrological signs, the 12 of them. It's like the Sagittarius, Cancer, Capricorn, etc. Now each of those 12, each of the elements has 3 of the astrological signs per element. So there's a cohesion between each of these different, let's say now what's emerging are quadrants. And then underneath the astrological signs, we bring in the ancestors. And so the ancestors that exist within the Mabera is essentially, we'll need a much longer call than this one to go into it. But in essence, what Jani was speaking about, paying reverence to the giants' shoulders who we stand on, in full understanding that we want people to stand on our shoulders in the future, so we better start fucking acting like it, is that all of us have ancestors and traditions. So we start here with rave and law as verbs. And an indelible part of rave are cultures of consciousness are altered states of mind, altered states of consciousness. And what that means, I'm not talking necessarily purely about drugs here. So we can start from the monks who got to such a point they were fucking meditating in buildings that amplified their resonant frequency, right? And they achieved that through presence, through being, through breathing. This is an altered state of consciousness that is available to all of us, that not all of us tap into. Then, of course, there are different knowledge traditions. Of course, there are by the way, Han Tang in the crowd. I defer to Han Tang on the esoteric interpretations of Mbera. It's a complete honor to share space with people who are coming and teaching Jani so much about these just really deep, let's say, architectures of human knowledge traditions across time and space. But there have been many knowledge traditions and practices amongst indigenous peoples, Aboriginal peoples, folks indigenous to traditions all around the planet, where they communed with plants to achieve altered states of being. In Ireland, you would have the mad people would be sent to or congregate around particular wells, holy wells, because it was perceived that when they spent time in the presence of these holy wells, that they would seem to chill out. What we know with modern science is that actually there were trace and elements in those waterways, such as lithium. So people who were kind of on the breach of madness in those times, through trial and error, it's like, oh, okay, you've got a relative or someone in your village who what we would now maybe call bipolar or schizophrenic or whatever. Like at that time, they would say, okay, this person is halfway between worlds, but they should seek out that holy well. What we now know is that there was a lot of the trace element lithium near these holy wells. So these communing with minerals, compounds, plants is a practice as old as time. And what we wanted to do with this collection is essentially to pay tribute to the fact that it's a mistake to think of these things as being in the past. Like these things are living through us here and now. Like many of these kind of early cultures, you know, they're not a thing of the past. They still live in the modern version. And this is, again, a tribute to the fact that you will see, again, a lot of through the law is that the not just a metaphor, but the literal thing of the jungle. So much originates from the jungle. So much of our foodstuffs, if you actually, for example, the humble tomato originates in the depths of the Amazon forest in what is now known as Guyana, right? Guyana is featured in that document that you showed, the waterfall. The Kaita Falls is the tallest waterfall in the world. It's from Guyana. It's paying tribute to a place from which so much has come. And so many of the drugs that people use in modern and contemporary kind of consciousness altered states of consciousness practice have their origins in plants from Mother Earth, right? They are derived from compounds that ancient peoples have used since time dot, whether it's a mushroom on the ground near caves in Ireland. There are, for example, at sites that clearly would have had a lot of mushrooms, you have what looks like pretty trippy psychedelic art carved into the caves, like Triskelions, these types of things, that are more ancient than the ancient pyramids in Egypt, right? For those with eyes to see and ears to hear, these stories have been here all along. And so what we really wanted to do in this 42 collection is to find a way to really highlight and feature and bring into the modern contemporary moment these ancient practices, but also to recognize and not to dehumanize folks by saying, treating it as if, you know, indigenous cultures or Aboriginal cultures or these traditions are a thing of the past. They're fucking not. They're here, they're living, they're now, right? They're current, different ways of being to the capitalist mode that we're in, this death drive of the acceleration and the thought, the always online element of the milady aspect, right? But there are other ways of being human. That's what this collection is all about. We won't police you. Like in Milady, you get policing. You're allowed to say the M word. You're not allowed to say Miladies with a D-I-E-S. Within Mibera, we don't police at that level. There are so many ways of being human, right? That's what this is about. And so underneath each of the astrological charts, you then get tribute to the ancestors. But I wanted to give this prelude to say we're not objectifying or tokenizing in the sense. It's bringing the modern into the ancient, and the ancient into the modern, understanding that we're all a living part of history. Like we're in tomorrow, we're in the future, like we're in the futures now, and we're in yesterday's future now. It's like a chain. So yeah, the one of ones, good luck, because I like, as you saw before jumping on this call, I was hunting around for some of those foregrounds because there's stuff that I really want. I don't know where they are. I'm going to be spying for them. I absolutely don't mind being a whale in this instance. I'm blessed, but also fuck you all. I'm going to try and get the one of ones that I want. If you list them, I will get them. But good luck to all of you. They will reveal to who they should reveal to at the final step on May 20th. And I should say here, Jester Universe has at hands within a week of the final reveal, having already accrued a bunch of money to Ross Ulbricht. Ross Ulbricht will be giving his first public talk since being released from prison at the Bitcoin conference, I believe in Miami. Within that kind of week of all of this kind of coming together, and by that point, Honey Road should be up and running. We're in touch with Lynn, his mum, through some folks. We may have to convert the funds from Bearer to Bitcoin and this type of thing. But this is the Jester universe, you know. Like we're here together doing something. In Janny's opinion, it's perfectly fine to go out there and to tell people believe in something. Belief is fine and good. It gives you the sense of belonging. But Janny has always been of the opinion that there is a holiness in doing. Like, don't just believe, do. And really everything that we do is about providing more and different ways of doing together.
Based. That's so cool. Everything is so cool. And that's why I was annoyed last Sunday, because we had this previous podcast and these streams, and you were just like a wizard and a magician, pulling up these stories and the lore and everything, and then this is what gave me a bad feeling, that you abandoned this and we just became a derivative of Miladies. And what annoyed me much more is that people liked it and they said, oh no, it's cool, and no, I missed that part, and now I have it, and now I feel home. I feel good, and I want a one-off one. We'll be chasing too. Do you want to speak about the backgrounds? Because I was
We can if you want. I have time for you guys. I not like I pay my dues. I know I kind of have some debts owing from the emotional turmoil of the last 4.2 days. So
yeah, and I don't want to stretch it too long, and maybe we can keep this twice a week, and for 1 hour, 1.5, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I want to touch on the traits. So on the backgrounds, we spoke about 7-Eleven, and do you have something else which should be talked about here on phase 1? We have these phases.
Oh no! So basically, look, there's some foregrounds. Now those won't change, but also if you get them, they're rare. But also if you get one, those are the only ones that you 100% know won't be a one of one. So it's a trade-off. You get some amount of rarity, you get some amount of certainty. It's the only amount of certainty that you can get at this phase is those foreground ones. There's 12 types of foreground. I believe that there's 343, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah. And then the other part is the background that's Kaita Falls, by the way, that you can see in the background. Guyana, Amazon forest. I could go on about that. It's where Mewtwo is from in Pokemon, if that's your thing. The backgrounds won't change unless you get a one of one. So it's blurred at the moment. In the next phase, it becomes clear. And what you get in the next phase, maybe let's not skip too far ahead. We can maybe look a phase ahead each week. You get the shape of your Mibera, but it's still blurred. So if your Mibera has a hat, the hat will start to show, but you can't quite see it yet. But the background won't change unless you're one of those 42 lucky people.
Yeah, nice. So we were exploring the Honey Road website, and if we go to not the vending machine, but the fractures,
yes.
Can you say something about that?
This is totally optional. A lot of people, if you remember, Migs said, "I want my parcel back." Here you go, Migs. So you can mint it. 69% of it goes to liquid backing, 1% to Ross, 30% to THJ. Because we're honestly, if you still think that we're I think let's put it this way. Funds put into THJ, funds actual innovation. I'll put it that way. But you don't have to. Only if you want to. You could just click on it and right-click save. Like, this is totally optional.
Okay, so the same for the Miladies?
You can right-click save. Yeah. Right-click save, or if you want, you can mint it. When you mint it, though, these follow the Mibera around. So if you don't mint it, the next person can, and if they do, they get the soulbound token. They get the soulbound. So on whatever wallet mints these is the wallet that they will stay on forever. There's no secondary trading.
Nice. So this Me Reveal one, will we able to mint these in every different stage?
Yeah. Again, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
Mm-hmm.
The vending machine, let's look at that. So these you can mint for 0.42 bearer, and they're each unique. So again, you can just generate, if you click safety off, and then do generate, then you can get some cursed ones. There's rules to, so here, for example, if you had safety on, you would never have the bee mask over a hat. But if you've got safety off, you get these really cursed mashups, which it's just all gloves are off. There's no constraints. Now, you can right-click save whatever you want. Of course, you don't have to mint, but if you mint it, then no one else will ever be able to mint that one. But it is a shadow. There's not the molecule. It doesn't have an astrological kind of DNA. There's no rarity per se, and there's no earth element kind of or ancestor spirit attached to it. So we call these shadows. These are a way for you to learn about the traits. You can play around. It's a cheap way of playing around. You can right-click save if you don't want to spend money. You can basically build your own, but all of the money from this 69% goes to liquid backing, 1% to Russell Brick, 30% to THJ of that, whatever 0.42 bearer is. Or you can just right-click save. You don't. A lot of this stuff is you can spend money on this stuff if you want. It's optional. It's up to you to determine whether you think we will take that into account in future stuff or not. Or if you just want to do it because you want the soulbound token, then you have options.
Okay, good to know.
But to clarify, if you press mint on this particular shadow, it will never show up in the vending machine again. This particular combination. The drugs, vendors run out of particular drugs. They are in short supply. Some of them will restock, some of them won't. Some of them they have a steady supply. Some of them is like a rare supply, like once in a lifetime type of deal. That's how that world operates.
What's here? Money. Sell bitcoins. Oh my god!
If you are out there, and this is an incomplete scrape of all of the vendor listings. If you are out there and you happen to have an archive of vendor feedback, products, and pictures and stuff, one of the things that we're going to be doing is working with the original Silk Road forum mods, and they will be like a council of people who will determine whether it's AI slop or whether it's actual. Like if we, and this is part of living tradition practice, part of the law, if enough of us who were around at the time all say, yes, I remember that vendor, and yes, I remember those products, then the person who brings us that archive, you will be the one who receives all of the financial flows from that vendor moving forward. And that is how and the mods will be paid for this work too. So this is the way that the system pays the OGs. It pays people who are restoring and exhuming a part of our shared history. And it's a way that crypto in general can give back to our history makers and restore a part of internet history that the status quo would love if it disappeared into the sands of time. And we won't let that happen.
Okay, cool. So because this stream is the first one, but we will combine with the phase 1 reveal, do you want to touch on some of the backgrounds or only a few of them which really means a lot to you?
How about some of you on the stream, you pick one that jumps out at you and I can share a bit of the story. And I know this has been a, how do you put it, a typical Janny, like you asked for a drink of water and then I told you to bend over and I opened up the fire hydrant from the source.
Okay, someone maybe from the audience has a specific question for the backgrounds. Someone asks what happens to the refunds sent to the wallets, but
the refunds should still be there. And if they're not, that's a bug. Let us know. We'll sort that out. But the funds are on the collect address. So you should you go to what was the pre-mint page, and you just withdraw the bearer.
Okay, and what happens?
That's a whole other. The data analysis is fascinating. All of that. Oh wow! Just there's so many But that's a much longer story. We can go into it. But we've been watching everything on chain. The level and granularity of the data set that we have, the on-chain data, is just fascinating. And because it was me, I did 100% of the conversations with people. Being able to see what people say to me and then what they do has just been really fascinating. I'm not into walls of shame or that type of stuff, but the data is so rich and it's really interesting to see who are people of their word and who are people who mislead and who are people who do what they say they're going to do. Like, it's just been a really interesting experience. Yeah, the whole Berlin background is one of the rare ones actually as well, Frosty.
Or how do I? So the
H-O-R.
vending machine, and you can't really see the Hor Berlin. That's this one.
Yeah. Which is like a contemporary, like I don't want to say like this. I guess it's up a step past the. I've got a lot of thoughts here, but you've got. Oh, fuck, let's just do the short version. It's a thing on the internet where DJs come and it's live streamed and then recorded afterwards. That's the short version.
Okay. So
Wow, well done, Jenny. I can answer a question in a short way. I'm learning, folks.
You're learning.
Give me another 50 years, I'll get there.
Pieces. So you have every astrology sign also as a background?
Yes.
Horoscope, or how do you... Yeah. So there's a Stonehenge one.
Yep.
People are asking record store. This one.
Yep. Many of us have had this experience, right, of crate digging, going to record stores and the magic. You go there looking for something, but then you find what you need. Maybe it wasn't what you were looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? We should look into it. That's a mysterious one. Will there be any intersection between Apiology DAO and Mibera?
So Apiology DAO is frustrating. We're how do I put it? Tardify is being tardy. On the tech, we've been ready for a long time and raring to go, but it's all of the legal architecture. What can I say about THJ? We're like an economy. We've got the legal apparatus behind us is essentially a multinational corporation. And it's somewhat more complex even than foundation level arrangements, just to make sure that we don't put people in harm's way. So the short answer is AppDAO has been ready for a while, but we're just waiting on some of the legal tech to be able to launch it. And there will be links between AppDAO and Mibera in the sense that I think we're all sensing that things need to change. I haven't even spoken to the team about it yet, but the TLDR is that we're going through a metamorphosis, and a lot of the metas that were pre-Berachain existing don't fit anymore. And so we need to emerge from the cocoon as a butterfly. And a part of that is that essentially within THJ, you'll be seeing us making moves that are a lot more historically. The narrative for us was Perks Aggregator, gateway to Berachain, and all of this different type of stuff. Now that worked for that mode, but in an post-existence era, some stuff worked out okay. A lot of stuff, other folks got wrecked with it, and we don't abandon stuff. So actually, you will see THJ THJ go through a transformation where we look less outwards and being this gateway or community hub, and actually you'll see us turn kind of inwards to the complex ecosystem that we've built up, and to develop this economy. We found that it's better not to rely on external parties. This idea that you can achieve that level of, let's say, coordination in a distributed sense. There are higher leverage ways of coordinating. And so the stuff that we give us, like, it's less than 4 months since Berachain actually launched. And we're launching all of the stuff that we've been working on for years. You can consider Lego bricks that we will then put together in a way that only we can. To be honest, the level we're operating on is just a different level. And you will see how all of the parts, Honeycomb, AppDAO, Henlo, Mibera, as part of an economy, work together. I won't say more than that because I haven't even updated the team on this stuff, but just the shorthand is that, yes, they will be linked. Like everything THJ has worked on will be linked.
Okay, so maybe last question, if nobody else wants to have a question about the backing stuff. I saw here is a graph which shows the possible backing amount per NFT. So this will, how often will this be updated?
Live.
It's live.
This is when we say Mibera is up only tech. This chart will only go up.
Yeah.
The liquid backing per Mibera, per circulating Mibera, is up only. In bearer terms.
Yeah.
Every transaction in the Mibera economy adds to this liquid backing.
Okay, so how can we imagine how will this work? So you can take out a loan and specify the terms, maybe a week
the terms are fixed, so it's a set amount of time. You can always pay back earlier. I forget what we've configured it at. It will be some number of 4.2, probably 4.2 months. We'll be dynamic and respond to folks. You deposit your Mibera into the treasury, so it escrows it for you, and then you can withdraw. Where can we get a visual on the liquid backing increasing? You go to honeyroad.xyz, Sons and the Prince, and then you click the backing button at the top. Anyway, and then you can. Right now, it's a humble amount. We've started with 0. That big initial wall, that's the Steady Teddy's tributary. Again, we've got about 10 tributaries lined up. Neo Chibis is the next one coming up. This is external teams. We've got a whole bunch of ones that we have also been working on that work in different ways, the different components and stuff. But basically, it starts from nothing. So everything is a product of the Mibera economy, and this will just grow over time. So it starts at humble beginnings. If you scroll down the page, so you just basically you would click the ones that you want to receive a loan. It gets deposited into the treasury for a certain amount of time. You can't operate it now. You will first need to pass through the reflection gateway to spend a moment of self-reflection and self-perception. And then you will receive a gift. That one's a free mint. Everyone who's been around for this 4.20 day period of uncertainty, it's a way of enshrining that you were here, you were privy to and participated in whatever approach that you took. And so you will receive that soulbound token. And then once you have that on your wallet, you will be able to access and operate the liquid backing the following week. And once an NFT has accessed, once an NFT has an owner that has received that SBT, we'll figure out the exact details, but this is a time-bound thing. So if in the future someone else wants to come into the collection, they will be able to access the vending machine in the future without this kind of gateway pass, as it were. So when you deposit your Mabera into the treasury, you can then withdraw the corresponding, your pro rata share of the treasury. And if you don't pay back and it's Oracle free, there's no external, it's only time-based. So if you do not pay back the loan at the end of the term, the treasury will then own that Mabera, and it will sell the Mabera to the market for the liquid backing price plus a premium. And the sale of that Mabera plus the premium goes into the liquid backing. So there's an in these early days, there's a nice arb play there, where basically folks will be able to buy a Mabera for super cheap from people who are defaulting on loans.
Yeah. Good tech, good tech. So that's the technical side. So in every layer, in every point of view, this NFT is one of a kind. I haven't seen such an NFT before, and it's exceptional. So I love that.
That background you're hovering over, that's Fire Island, which is a funny story in a. It's a funny story about class and music festivals. Yeah.
Nice. Super cheap Mibera. Yeah. Yeah. I've been asked, what's my price prediction for Mibera, and we are here now in NFTs for 3 and 4 years. And there is this quote, you should never fall in love with your NFTs. But the first time ever, you don't have to sell your NFT. If this works out, you can basically the backing per NFT, which you can lend out, will be near the floor price of the NFT. So basically, you don't have to sell your NFT. You can put this amount in work if you need it. You can have a loan against your NFT. So in an ideal case, you never have to sell your NFT, and this gives this reduces the sell pressure. And it's an experiment, and I'm here for it. The art is dope, lore is dope, tech is good. So yeah, I'm amazed.
We haven't hooked in, so just to pay tribute to on-chain heroes over on Abstract and Steady Teddy's were kind of on the ball with this stuff. They worked with Magic Eden to get it set up, but was this kind of reemergence of ERC 721A, I think, or is it C or AC? I can't remember which of the implementations they used, which enforces on-chain royalties. So we haven't yet hooked in the on-chain royalties from the, I don't know how much volume we've done, 200K the last time I looked. So that will also be hooked into the liquid backing. And then somewhere in and around all of this, we'll then at some point figure out how we can hook all of this stuff or some part of the system into BGT and this type of thing. We don't know how. I'm not 100% confirming that that will happen, but if a team can figure out how to do it, we will figure it out.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to ask. How you gonna profit from proof of liquidity? But yeah, maybe it's the holders issue.
They'll be away.
Okay, cool. So, anything else you want to touch on? I
No,
think we have now 3 hours. A lot of digest here.
Just to reiterate, thank you to each of you. Anya, Baby, Dan, Migs, who's not here, Doc Nunu, Eileen. Am I forgetting anyone who sometimes shows up? I'm not sure. It's a remarkable thing to have folks who've emerged from the community so integrated into a project that you have launches that are covered by live streams with such a wide, active, I wouldn't even say audience, like co-conspirators. So I just want to shout out everyone who believed in this and has been part of this crazy journey since Q4 2023. It's been kind of insane. Very few of the people who were around over those first years have sold. I can see that on chain. Like people are in this, and I just want to pay tribute to the fact that this type of crazy shit is only possible in this type of a context. Like we could build stuff into a vacuum and it just would be stuff that never gets looked at. And so thank you to each of you who is here and in your own way, engaging in whatever way that is, because it's pretty, it's what brings it to life.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for orchestrating this experience for us. And yeah, I often say the same, but I'm amazed and I'm happy to be part of it. Okay, something. You want to say something, Eileen, Anya, Baby, or Dan? Otherwise, I would wrap up.
I'll say, I've been in DeFi for about 6 years myself, man, and this has been one of the funnest experiences I think I've been a part of. And there's a lot of them out there, so I just want to say, well accomplished so far, and I'm excited for the rest of the phases, and just kind of wondering to what type of seeds you've been planting now that we're going to see start popping up later that we haven't even discovered yet, man. So shout out to you for just the sheer depth of Clever and your team as well, man. It's been a delight.
Thank you.
Yeah. Someone else?
We're just taking it all in right now, to be honest with you. It's super cool,
baby.
Super cool to see from our point of view. Working on this for a couple years now, so spent most of this stream just sort of grinning like an idiot back here.
Same.
Nice.
Super
Enjoy.
Inspiring. Awesome journey. Everyone is super cool. People I connect with, like in the Echo, is like super fun. Super grateful to be here.
Okay, so we have 3 hours now into the stream. I will wrap it up here.
Just gotta do it 7 more times.
And thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Jenny, for coming and explaining all what you've been cooking for years now, and having this reveal, not only from the art, but from this whole project. So we will continue this on Tuesday, I think at the same time.
I think
and
so.
Yeah, we will continue with the reveal. So see you guys then. I will play the Baby Bera soundtrack as an outro, and take care guys, and see you next time. Bye
Bye-bye.
Me better.
Me Bera.
Me Bera.
Miladies on Bera chain.
Bera.
Peace.
Ladies of Birches.
Bye.
You might stop the party, but you can't stop the future. You might stop the party, but you can't